And he's in here, the White Buffalo, Francois Botha. Francois, a very good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thank you for having me here.
You went to the Warriors yesterday.
Great match, but Warriors was just getting adrift there. And then, of course, it almost happened like it happened with Buffalo. They cut the time short and the Warriors couldn't score again.
You've been announced yesterday that you are going to be fighting Joseph Parker, another Kiwi hopeful in the heavyweight division. But before we get onto that conversation, I think what everyone's going to want to know about is your thoughts on your last fight. Obviously, the Sonny Bill controversy. It's been said that everyone thought it was 12 rounds, and then obviously it became a 10-round fight, so away you go.
It's like I said, I'm going to take him into the deep waters. If he can swim, fine. If he can't swim, he's going to drown. He was busy drowning.
Yeah.
And look what they did. They plucked him out of the water.
So what do you say to people that have now come out and said since, it all finished, because that have said that you guys had to have agreed, your side had to have agreed for it to be 10 rounds, for it to still be a sanctioned fight?
That's all nonsense. I mean, Coda Nasser... when we started the negotiations way back in South Africa, when I met Sonny Bill there, they played the Sharks. We agreed to a 10-round bout, and that was going to be in Durban.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, as the time went by, it happened to be a WBA international heavyweight fight. So, it changed. But, Coda Nasser is using that contract that we did there, the agreement, to say that, listen, Francois knew it was a 10-round bout. Look here. It's all nonsense. But in the meantime, it changed. I wasn't going to sign a new contract because I had an agreement with him. Listen, if I ever wanted to take a dive or something like that, like what they claim in boxing, I could have done it against when I fought Tyson. When Tyson tried breaking my arm in round 1 or round 2. So why must I go for a measly $150,000, go and do something like that? My name is worth a lot more than that.
And then Coda Nasser, this is a couple of days afterwards, said you had failed a drug test.
You know what? It's typically Coda Nasser.
Yes.
First of all, it's a fight, but he had cutting the rounds, then the doping thing, and then the bribery thing. So 3 times they tried to blackball me.
Yes.
And none of it worked.
But what are your thoughts on it now, all said and done? Because a lot of people, from looking in, they all say, a lot of people hate on Sonny Bill, but you were just saying during that song that you actually like him as a bloke.
Of course, I love him. He's a very, very nice guy. We spent some time together. We love the same music. I don't think it's got nothing to do with Sonny Bill. I think it's a people around him. Now, there's been the rematch has been like verbally confirmed, but they actually didn't want me to fight Joseph. And they wanted me to stay inactive basically until Sonny Bill fight me in December. And I said, listen, I'm not going to wait for Sonny Bill because you know what? In reality, he doesn't want anything to do with Buffalo.
Yeah.
So come December, he's going to claim a shoulder injury again. Something.
It's on pectoral.
Rog said that you look like a salty pirate.
You see, Francois, this is like Bryce. This is at school time. He's dobbing it on me. He's dobbing into the teacher.
Have you guys seen my hammer punch?
Your hammer punch.
No. That's the one I'm going to land on Joseph Parker. I'm going to give him a hammer punch.
Is that the one on the back of the head?
Yeah, bow, one time.
What about the double punch that you're giving Sonny Bill near the end of the round? The double punch on back, maybe back of Roger's head. See how that feels.
I've been warned so many times. People always, the referees always come into my locker room and they say, listen, I'm going to watch you. I don't want to see none of this double punching. But, I do it in such a way that they can't. I make sure the refs have a right, but I bow.
Yeah.
I started that like way back when I fought Tyson. I don't know if you guys remember way back, in 1999 when I fought Tyson. That was the double punch. That's a punch that I got famous for.
Yeah, right.
You're famous for the double punch.
So what do you make of Joseph Parker?
Let me tell you something. The little bit I've seen of Joseph Parker, he's a 10 times much better fighter than Sonny Bill. This kid, young, he's quick, he's aggressive. So listen, Buffalo's going to have to train. I'm going to have to come in dark shape because if I'm not in shape here, I'm going to be on the losing side here.
Yeah.
So I'm not taking Joseph any way not serious. I'm taking it very serious. So I believe when the Buffalo comes back, you're going to see the Buffalo being in dark shape. And let me tell you, in heavyweight boxing, it can go any way, but it's going to be a rude awakening for Joseph Parker. Buffalo's just going to hammer punch him.
I do enjoy you talking in third person as well.
Who was the best fighter that you fought? Who had the hardest punch?
I mean, you know, of course, Mike Tyson. I mean, Mike Tyson, it was such a big event. It was exciting. I mean, Mike Tyson just came out of prison. I was basically the sacrificial lamb at that stage, but, you know.
You took the fight.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was a good fight. I mean, you know, I had Tyson going, but, you know, he's got the power. Like a similar David Tua. You know, David Tua is very similar. And you know what? After Joseph Parker, I'll come, David, keep on training. I hear you in good shape. So keep on training, because after I demolish Parker, then listen, maybe you and me, buddy, we'll get it on.
Last quick question from the tech site was, is it true, can you shed any light, are you Hulk Hogan's brother?
Hulk Hogan is my brother.
Francois Botha is fighting in June. He's fighting Joseph Parker. It's going to be great, the Hydro 8-0 explosion, and great to have you in here. Thank you very much.
Shut, guys. Thanks, you.
Thanks,